The interwebs. My name has been every day on this channel. I show you how to make money in cryptocurrency. If you like money in crypto, make sure to hit that subscribe button. If you love our live streams, especially here 11 a.m., make sure, well, 11:15 anyways, make sure to smash that like button. We're always trying to get you guys the absolute best information that we can give you. And we're going to be talking about a trade I'm in right now. It's a pretty nice trade. I think we're going to do pretty well on it. We'll see what happens. I just tweeted it out, and I feel pretty safe. We're going to be looking at some stuff today showing 47,000. Seems to be some really strong support. And so we'll just have to check it out. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But guys, I want to talk about this. We're also going to be talking about Bitcoin day to day. We're going to be looking at a Grayscale indicator that said Bitcoin is going to 100K very soon. We're going to be looking at the dollar strengthening, and also could Bitcoin weaken because of that. We're going to be looking at some NFTs, and we got a lot of interesting stories today. In the end, I'm going to be giving you a pro trader tip. So guys, let's start by looking at this. 600,000 subscribers. The only channel, the only community of the BitSquad to reach 600,000 subscribers in the history of cryptocurrency. So I do want to say thank you, but you did this along with Bang Energy Drinks. Of course, not a sponsor of the show still to this very moment. But guys, so 600,000 subscribers and a very special announcement. We'll start with the announcement, guys. Today, we are announcing, now that we're at 600,000 subscribers, if you guys didn't know, we've gained 300,000 in a month. So very quickly, we are heading towards 1 million subscribers. When we reach, now keep in mind, we were at 200,000 at the beginning of this year. So we've gained 400,000 since the beginning of the year. We're going to be giving away to one of my lucky subscribers one entire Bitcoin when we hit 1 million subscribers. And if you do the math, that means that it could be over 6 figures that we're giving away. But we don't want to just have one winner. That doesn't sound very fun. So we're going to be giving away 5 Ethereum, 1 Ethereum each, to 5 different winners, and then one subscriber is going to win an entire life-changing Bitcoin that most likely will be over 6 figures. This might last 2 or 3 months. We think that's how long it might take us to get there. If this year is any indication, that's going to happen. So we're going to be releasing more details on that in the future of exactly when and how we're going to do that. And I can't wait to do that. Can't wait to change somebody's life with that. So definitely thank you all for subscribing. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. We're going to be doing the biggest giveaway in the history of cryptocurrency. Okay, guys, so here we go. Let's check out the overall markets here. Right now, we got Bitcoin coming in, $47,623. I feel very good. I just went long at 47,650-ish, I think, somewhere around there. I feel very good. I feel like we're going to be looking at some evidence that it's going to be hard to go below 47,000. Could it happen? I guess it could. But we're going to be looking at that here in just a minute. Okay, guys, so let's check out the top gainers of the day. Ethereum's struggling, by the way, still, along with Cardano, Binance Coin. Nothing's really pumping today very hard. We have Swissborg. And is Cheese B, is that because most, or maybe not a lot, or maybe not most, but a lot of Cheese B Swiss?
I knew that was coming.
You didn't know that was coming.
I knew it was going to be a Swiss cheese joke.
It had to. Wow. Here you go, just shooting holes all in my joke.
You beat me to it. I was about to say. It was a solid attempt, but it had a lot of holes in it.
Yeah, that's what the people come here for. Holochain, really been off the radar, but it's been pumping a lot lately. I know it's down for the week, but it's up 11%. A lot of people like this. Holochain, not a blockchain, interestingly enough, if you guys were wondering. And there's also two with the ticker HOT, so also be aware of that. ZK Swap, I would like to look into that one. Don't know much about it. IOTA, Luna, look at Luna, guys. I told you guys, Luna's going to have a good month. Here it is. Stacks, State of Fuel, having good days as well. And mostly everything is in the red. Like, it might be fun to kind of look at the last 24 hours. And we're on Market Watch, TJ. Got to remember to hit that time. Okay. H-bar down 12%. A lot of people asking me if H-bar is still a good investment. A lot of people very concerned about H-bar. I don't think there's anything to really worry about. We just see, projects like this go through cycles. Engine Coin, Nexo, Sushi Swap, Kusama down 9%. We got a video on Kusama, I think this weekend we'll be releasing that. Not a sponsored in any way video, just an overview of Kusama and what it is. There's a lot to like about it. Chili's, and what you notice is a lot of these that are down have been having good weeks. And usually that will be indicative of a price drop, especially when the prices are falling. Wow, this is unbelievable. Look at this. Bitcoin just continuing to fall. It was just at 48,500. Pretty unbelievable how that's happening. But anyways, it is what it is, guys. Seems like every day around this time, I mean, the prices just, continue to drop, but it's okay. You win some and you lose some. You win some and you lose some. So guys, also I did want to show you guys this, Polkamarkets. This is a project we've been talking about a little bit. I told you I am investing in this one. It's down 11% today. And it did not have that great of a launch once it went public, but overall from the investment rounds, a lot of people did very well with this. And what you'll notice is there was an initial drop, but then it rebounded. And when you look at the falling price of Polkamarkets, what you'll see is that in reality, this is just lined up with the actual dump of Bitcoin that occurred yesterday. So nothing to worry about with Polkamarkets. If you don't know about this one, guys, everything on Polkadot is going to be pretty big. I mean, that right now, all these projects that are getting released on Polkadot, they're similar to the early ERC20s. And think about the early ERC20s, how well most of them have done, except for Augur, of course. Almost every project that's big name in the space, including Binance Coin, including EOS, including Cardano, including Tron, including VeChain, they all launched where? On Ethereum, pretty early on. At least when the ERC20s started getting popular. So then you got the gamified prediction markets. That's what this is. So there we go. You can join their Telegram and things like that. Did want to point that out. Like I said, I am invested in that one. So want to be clear and transparent about that. So when we look at the overall market cap, that 1.5 trillion is definitely something that we're having a very hard time getting above. And I did also want to show, not this yet, but let me open this up. I want to show, where is Justin Bennett? He had a actually, I think I retweeted it. I retweet this guy every day. I really like this guy. Let's see here. Where is it at? Where is it at? Justin Bennett. I think I retweeted it. Maybe that is not it. Maybe that is not it. Oh, yeah, I did see it. How did I pass it? Here it is. Okay. So, and guys, also make sure you're following me on Twitter, 166.4K. Let's get that up. Let's see what we can do with it. 166.4K followers. You guys on Twitter, I mean, we didn't have a good day yesterday, really, with some trades we were in today. Hopefully we'll get better. You guys see, going in long, 47.60.50, liquidation at 46.300. No way that thing drops $1,000 in an hour. That's not even possible, I don't think. But we'll see. We'll see if it can happen. So here we go with Justin Bennett. He tweeted this. I like this guy a lot. He is. I said yesterday I didn't think that he was going to end up being correct when he said that we were going to test the bottom of the channel. Looked like we were moving up and breaking out. But as you guys can see here, this is the overall crypto market cap. The overall crypto market cap here. And some very perfectly drawn lines here. And you can see there's a reason why this has been in play since Bitcoin hit all-time highs. Bitcoin hit all-time highs on the 16th. You can't really see it on here, I don't think. Yeah, you can. Right here. This spot right here is where we hit all-time highs. Ever since that, we had one little run up. We bounced off the top of the channel, went back down to the bottom of the channel. You look at those wicks lined up perfectly. This is the daily chart, by the way. And then back up at the top and then drop back down again. Well, as you can see, we didn't fully complete this. This is the 42K number that we were talking about. We also talked about how a lot of times these get baked into the prices. These predictions of where it's possibly going to go gets baked in. And so sometimes it doesn't go all the way off, but this channel is pretty deadly accurate. So it seems like what we could be seeing right now is we could be seeing, if you look here in the middle of the chart, we had the run up to 42K. We went down, we recovered, went sideways a little bit, and then went down and filled it, and then we double bottomed on the channel. What we could be seeing right now is we bounced off the top, 58K, or this is not Bitcoin's price, by the way, overall market cap. So it's like 1.7 trillion or 1.9 trillion was the top, whatever it was, and it's came back down, and we didn't bounce off that yet. So we could be going for a little bit of sideways action and then a drop, or it could be going up. So let's move on over and let's look at what they say about Bitcoin right now. And guys, we're going to test this right now. I mean, you guys look on this trade I'm in. I'm down pretty considerably in this trade right now. And look at that candle. I mean, it's just amazing. It's got to be F2 right? I mean, these guys, they just come dump right live on the stream.
Yeah.
No question about it.
And not recommending necessarily that everybody does exactly what we do.
Right, guys. please take my trades as just opinions and thoughts, because it seems like you might want to do the opposite of what I do. I just keep every day I go in these longs. They just keep going down, even though the fundamentals seem pretty strong. And right now, you guys can see I'm in a trade right now, down just a little bit, but we are 46,367 liquidation. I don't think there's any way we're going to get liquidated here. We'll just have to see. We'll see if F2 pools got it in them to try to make it happen. I don't think they do, though. But anyways, guys, let's move on to this story here. This is why, though. We're testing the support right now. You just saw it bounce off the 47,000, went from 47,000 to 47.1. Bitcoin support at 47K is very strong, Glassnode CTO asserts, after price falls. So there's no way that this thing's going to dip up under 47. I mean, surely it just absolutely cannot happen. Bitcoin has an extreme potential to hold 47,000 as a support level, according to Raphael Schultzcraft, co-founder CTO of blockchain analytics platform Glassnode. The data scientist studied the number of existing Bitcoins that move with the said price bucket and placed it against other price levels. He noted that the UTXO realized price distribution near the $47,000 level was comparatively higher than the rest in recent times, stressing that the range prompted the Bitcoin network participants to become more active than normal. He said, we have very strong support on chain. So this is kind of the, you've got the off-chain fundamentals and then you have the on-chain fundamentals, if you will. We have very strong on-chain support at 47K. Around 500,000 BTC have been moved at that level, noted Mr. Schultzcraft. It's important that we hold it. Otherwise, we could see low 40s quickly before the next upward movements. And then we're going to go into talk more about what it says on the bottom here with the yields and Jerome Powell a little bit later. But the point is, the Bitcoin, Bitcoin seems very, very strong at 47,000 according to that. And when you really look, at the chart here for Bitcoin, this is the 4-hour chart. If you go to 47,000, you guys see, I mean, there is really strong support. Well, let me redo that here. 47,000. Click on it again. I hate when I have to double click this. 47,000. It's 47,020. You guys can look and see. I'm holding the wrong key. That's why. You guys see that support there. I mean, look right here. You guys can see it bounce right off this 3 times. And it's on the 4-hour chart. It bounced off of it once. But noticed none of the bodies have closed below 47,000. So it takes a lot to push it down below that level. And, I don't know who got all the Bitcoin out there that can then move it like that and push that price down. But it looks like 47K is the point where they can't push it down past. So when we're looking at the price of Bitcoin, there is something kind of to be concerned about that I do want to show you guys. I don't think this is going to come into play until, probably a little bit later on. Maybe tonight. We see a lot of dumping tonight. I do think we're going to bounce back up right now. But when you look at this is something that over the next few days, we should be watching. Here on Market Cipher, it shows a red blood diamond on the daily chart. And like I said, I don't think this is going to affect in the short term over the next hour or two because we've already got a pretty big red candle. Usually when we get these big red candles, we may get a little bit of a bounce, and that's kind of what I'm anticipating. But over the long term, if we go back and we look at these blood diamonds and we look the last time we got one, you guys can look back here in September. We had one there, and back over the summer, we got one there. Now, I know what you're thinking when you look at this. You're saying, well, that looks extremely small. Yeah, that obviously was not a gigantic dump. Well, looks can be deceiving. Basically, see, I mean, look how big my circle is. It was very tiny when I drew it, and now look at it. So if you really start zooming in on this thing and you really start looking at that dump with this blood diamond, what you'll see is it was actually quite massive. We had in a few day period, I mean, basically it did almost all the falling in one day. In one day, we had a 15% pullback. We've been from 11.6 all the way down to 99. And I wonder if this is sometime around this point was when that CME gap got created at 9,600. So we'll just have to see what happens here. But I know if you come back and you compare the other one and you look, that was a 7% drop. And so if we were to apply that and say if we did somewhere between a 47,000 somewhere between a 47,000, or somewhere in between a 7.5% and 15% drop. What would that look like? Well, we've already started it, so it's already dropped. It's already dropped 6%. This is why I'm not extremely worried about this blood diamond. That's why I am long right now. I don't think it's going below 47,000, like I said. If it goes below 47,000 on the stream, I'll be absolutely shocked. So if you go 7.5%, that would put it at around $45,000. If you go 15%, that would put it around, let's see, if it went down 15%, that would put it around look at that, about $42,000, somewhere around $42,000, which is the bottom of the Bitcoin channel that we've been looking at. We've been throwing out that price point, 42,000 for a while. You know, it just kind of happens. It goes up. You don't think it's going to go down, and then it does. Guys, remember, if you want to trade on ByBit, which, once again, I don't suggest people follow my trades, but if you want to trade on ByBit and do your own independent stuff, I'm working on a new strategy that has been passed to me by Paul, friend of the BitSquad, and I'm working on it, and it's pretty good. He was 10 out of 10 yesterday. It's basically using market Cipher along with another indicator, and it gives you pretty much absolutely insane results. So right now, if you guys want to go over to bitboycrypto.com/deals, you guys can sign up for ByBit right here. Click here. And then also the market Cipher indicator you can get right here as well. So as you guys can see right now, I'm down in this trade. It seems like every time we come live on air, we get a giant red candle. I mean, what are the chances? What are the chances, guys?
By the way, we might want to work this in. EIP 1559 accepted. Breaking news.
Wow, EIP 1559 accepted. Okay, can you go and can you move? Well, don't do it until we're done with this. But put Tezos /NFTs and then put EIP 1559 right before that, and we'll cover that.
Okay.
Or ETH EIP 1559. So we'll change that a little bit. But wow, this thing, it dumped all the way down to right at 47,000. It held just like we thought it would. And now it's bouncing back up. I definitely think we're going to be okay on this trade. But yesterday on air, we got absolutely wrecked. And it seems like right now is very interesting because even though a lot of the fundamentals and the technicals, they're pointing in certain directions, right now it doesn't seem like they're actually playing out. It's almost like whenever we get the indications to go in, you know, on the other hand, the opposite thing is happening, which is definitely, you know, very interesting because usually we don't see that. And so right now in our challenge, we're down in the challenge right now. We had made gains for several days in a row. We're still alive, though, still alive in the challenge, the 1K to 10K challenge. If we get liquidated today, if we got liquidated right now on this trade, I would lose. I would be humiliated. I would lose this trade. I would lose this challenge. So that's why it's very important that this one does, you know, go to be a winner. Right now we're down 1,500 in the trade, as you guys can see. You guys can see we lost 24K yesterday. It's a lot of money.
And this is the 10K to 100K
10K to 100K challenge. Yeah, 10K to 100K challenge. We'll touch on the other one another day. On the other challenge, we're just holding pat, by the way. We are holding pat. But right now, I am long on BTC. I don't see any reason to be bearish. And I think when you look at the bounce that we got here right off of 47,000, it's just an indicator that as much as people are trying to push the price down, that they just can't push it past 47,000. I don't think there's any way it goes below that. As you guys can see on the chart, we've looked at it, and it got such an epic bounce, came right back up. So that is, you know, why I did tweet that a little bit ago. So as far as our coin stats challenge on coin stats, we'll pull that up. Guys, we're just in a situation here with this where right now we're still at $1,353, which is pretty good considering the market has absolutely crashed. We had mentioned moving some profits out of Nord Finance, but we didn't. Why? Because we're just not willing to eat that gas fee to diversify into something else that may or may not go up. That's what we had done before when we moved out of Frontier and we went into Hyper in 1 inch, and then they're both down considerably due to the market crash. TJ, do you think we could have picked a worse time to start the 1K to 10K challenge?
No, I don't think so. I think we kind of nailed that for worst possible timing.
Worst possible timing. So when we do it, it's going to be very impressive. But we literally started this challenge like pretty much the week that everything started crashing. And, you know, it's been pretty hard to recover that.
Yeah, I think maybe we take a new strategy. Maybe start making that the like low cap gem portfolio type thing, and start just getting some lower cap stuff.
Well, it's hard though because of the gas fees.
No, I know.
Yeah.
We might have to try it not with Ethereum. Like now
Yeah.
that we're starting to get these IDOs on Polkadot and some of this stuff on
Yeah.
Cardano, maybe we start looking at some of these newer chains.
Could be.
You know, in the next couple months.
Speaking of newer chains, I got some comments about my Binance Smart Chain comments yesterday.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where I was making fun of Monkey and Banana and Berry. Some people are very upset that I do not like Monkey, Banana, and Berry. Guys, I don't know anything about any of those projects. I did not even know the Monkey was a project. I had no idea.
It's just fun to say.
It's just fun to say.
Goes with banana.
There's a trend on TikTok where you explain something with monkeys and bananas. You say, monkey have one banana, other monkey have two banana, and you explain communism. It's pretty fun. And the thing is I didn't even know that was a project. So people were like, why are you coming at monkey? Why are you coming at banana? The names are funny. That's why. I got nothing against any of those projects. We did see Meerkat exit scam yesterday, another one I would have made fun of. But I guess Hakuna Matata, am I right? You know? So it just is what it is. And I wasn't making fun of those projects. I don't know the validity of it. I'll be honest with you guys. I know literally nothing about banana and berries and monkeys. So if you're invested in that project, that's great. Maybe it's not. I don't know. I don't know anything about it. Those are some of the names of the projects that my research group was getting into and talking about, and I just saw them talking about it. I don't know anything about them, but some that are a little more degen thought that those were pretty good ones possibly to get into. So okay, let's move on to data. Now we got a very special report here. This is the new Bitboy Crypto daily market report. If you guys want this, you guys can sign up by visiting Exablock and using the promo code BitBoy.
Yep, BitBoy.
You get 10% off, right?
Yep.
You get 10% off with the promo code BitBoy. Mr. Aaron Schmeeds, is he in here? Nope, he's not. We'll need to remember to put that on the website later today. But you guys can get access to this report, 10% off. I'm not sure if the one you guys will receive at first will have this cover, but we're going to talk and make sure everybody that receives this uses that code will be getting this cover on it. But, kind of looking at the report, we love Exablock. It chops everything up into really, nice information here. It shows what the Bitcoin market is doing versus the altcoin market. Remember, if we looked yesterday, we were looking here, and it seemed like we were on a nice curve to get a pop up. Instead, you guys see Bitcoin drops down. Altcoin market actually doesn't fall quite as far. And when you go back and look, I mean, it shows that because Bitcoin dominance 60.7%, ETH dominance 11.7%. They both dropped a little bit yesterday. So some people are, continuing to look at some of these other projects. So let's see, where was I on here at this report here? You got the exchange trading volume on BTC and ETH. It actually went up. Swaps went up yesterday. Everything else staying remotely the same. Futures trading went up. You know what's interesting, TJ, is we could probably watch these futures trading, this chart here with the yellow.
Yeah.
And I wonder if this kind of corresponds to the trading volume that we see, from people on ByBit.
Yeah, well, that was one thing that I find really interesting on this report. If you scroll down a little bit more, it shows it by the week, like the amount of contracts that are open, a little bit more. Lower,
down here.
lower. Yeah, in there. See, so that one on the left, yeah. It's really interesting to me to see. Obviously, we know there's a lot of contracts that open and close at the end of the month. But see the second weeks of each month, there's like the smallest amount of contracts. It'll be really interesting to see if next week we get really bullish action. The second week of April when there's less. It'll just be really interesting to watch bullish or bearish on the weeks that have very few contracts expiring.
Looks like 13th through the 26th could be really bullish, and then the 26th they could dump the day before.
Right, it could get wild.
Because that's the biggest one of the whole year.
Well, that's just only showing, that's weeks. That's only showing the last few weeks.
No, well, it is, but it's not. I mean, they're projecting out to the major dates of the futures expiring. And so, of course, at the beginning, like the closer you are to the time, it's going to be more front loaded because, people can do it by week or by month. So this is always going to kind of look like this with these dates later on. So I'll be really interested to see, what happens here because there's more expiring on the 26th. What is the significance of that 26th date, you think?
It's just the end of the month, just like February was.
Oh, yeah. I guess that's the last Friday of the month. I guess they close on Fridays.
And it's the February, the 26th kind of looks similar too.
Yeah. That's brutal. So this report's got a lot of really good information on it, as you guys can see here. Look at the FTX trading. That thing shot straight up, which was kind of weird. ByBit is not on that one. See if there's anything else on here that looks kind of interesting. I like getting this every day, though. These are ETH interests, so kind of the same thing when you look at the ETH. The 26, this could be a final push down. I mean, we thought March was going to be bullish, but maybe it's not going to be. Maybe we continue the correction in March, and it really is April before things get back on track. Now, later tonight at 6 p.m., today at 2 p.m., I'm going to be doing a video where I explain to you guys why September 28th is such an important date. And here we go. We got these futures expiring on September 24th, and I wonder if the Bitcoin futures... not that high. I expect that thing to end up being F2 pool data as well. I did want to show you guys this from George. The market manipulation, like it's real out here right now. And I would encourage everybody to come here and watch this video. We can't play the audio on the stream right now. But George and I are going to be doing a video together next week from Cryptos R Us. What a flattering picture I have him at. Yeah. George. What a flattering picture. Let me help him out there. That's a little bit better. Yeah. This is, if you go and retweet this, more people will see it. This is talking about the manipulation that's going on from F2 Pool and a lot of the miners and a lot of the, some of the other people that are kind of like collaborating against us, it seems like. But I don't know. I think it might be over. We're not pulling up the F2 Pool chart today. We did get some very interesting stuff going on this morning. We know we had the bot comments yesterday. We are working, to get rid of a lot of the scammers. But if you guys would all go here and watch this video and retweet that after the stream, that would definitely be pretty good. So, guys, here we have Grayscale. Now, this is some quite interesting stuff when you look at it. You have the GBTC is trading at an 11.92% discount. It's a record low. Now, some people saw this chart yesterday from Glassnode, and they misunderstood what this is saying, okay? And I don't know. I think there's something you can kind of tie into the manipulation here or whatever. I told you guys that 47 is really strong. Right now, it's back to 47.6. But when you look at the Grayscale premium, you guys will see that it was at its highest around the time that Bitcoin was hitting its all-time high and going through that stride. Then it continued to drop. Now the premium is negative. This does not mean that they sold 10% of their holdings. Actually, I dug into this a little bit, and it looks like we can't see any time that Grayscale has ever sold. They did actually buy a lot of Litecoin, though. Did you see that this morning, TJ?
I did.
They are buying 80% of all the Litecoin being mined right now. So something to keep in mind. Litecoin could be getting ready for a pump here in the future. We should be almost positive. We're back to even on this trade. Look at that candle. They try to press it down. They just can't do it. They cannot do it. F2 pool right now, as you guys can see. But anyways, when you come here and you look at the Glassnode, it is at a premium. Now, what does this mean? GBTC is trading at an 11.92% discount. So you can actually get the price of Grayscale cheaper than you can get the price of Bitcoin right now. Now, it's not a 1-to-1 ratio, but the percentage based on how much you own, you're getting it at a discount. So a lot of people might be heading on over there to buy it. Now, this is very interesting because what does this mean? Grayscale 12% GBTC discount means confidence in Bitcoin is fading. That's from Peter Schiff. You love Peter Schiff, don't you?
The resident pro.
The resident pro. Guys, if you didn't know, he's a meme intentionally. This is a guy, I think Gary Vaynerchuk would really like Peter Schiff. Do you think he would?
Just for his marketing prowess?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, he's good at trolling Bitcoiners. You got to give him that.
He is very good at it. So much so that people actually block him. Guys, this guy, Peter Schiff, doesn't believe a word that he says.
Yeah.
All of this is for show. He's gotten so many more followers by talking negative about Bitcoin that it's insane. He's gotten so many more than he's gotten, than he's lost for sure, been blocked by. He's been able to grow his platform by building it on talking smack about Bitcoin. Now, this is what he had to say about the 12% discount on the Grayscale GBTC. He said that, where's this tweet? Despite weakness in gold, Major gold mining stocks all closed positive. Gold stocks closed positive. Meanwhile, GBTC not only crashed 10%, but closed at a record 11% discount to NAV. Maybe some institutions that bought GBTC to bet on Bitcoin are now dumping their shares to buy gold stocks to bet on gold.
Wow.
Do you think that's true?
No, not a chance.
Not a chance. Nobody's buying gold, guys. Someone said, or maybe they're not. How high are you? Be honest. He said, true. They may not be that smart. But someone is desperate to unload GBTC if they're willing to sell at such a large discount. This indicates that confidence in Bitcoin is fading among GBTC buyers. Let's see. Their ultimate holdings, by the way, if you guys didn't know, is $40 billion as of March 3rd. Well, this is actually not a negative thing, guys. Record discount may spark 100K price rise. Analyst. Bitcoin could be in for a $100,000 bull run next if a classic signal from institutions repeat its historical trend. Now, the number I've been looking at, Carl from the Moon's been looking at, we've been looking at somewhere around $85,000. That could potentially be where we're looking at in the short term. But let's see here. It says, in a tweet on March 4th, Mike McGlone, a senior commodity strategist at Bloomberg Intelligence, said those seeking clues about what lies next for Bitcoin should look at the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust. Bitcoin's end of February price disparities on U.S. regulated exchanges portend a firming price foundation if history is a guide are evidence of just how nascent the crypto market is. And he goes on to explain how this could basically, of course, Grayscale and competitors edge out gold. Once again, no Peter Schiff, they're not buying gold. But basically laying out a chart to how Bitcoin can go straight from where it's at now, hit a dip, and go up to 100K. And is that possible? It certainly is possible. I would not doubt Bitcoin at this point. And guys, also on another note, that isn't necessarily related to this story other than being institution, the stock market in a lot of trouble right now. Stock market looking very, very, very dicey. Some people are saying an absolute crash, almost 1 year to the date from when, the market did crash last year. So we'll just have to see what happens at that point. Bitcoin holding at 47.4, kind of watching it right now. Can't get liquidated and lose my challenge. And guys, speaking of $100,000 Bitcoin, Goldman Sachs crypto survey shows 22 of respondents. We can go to the moon to the next thing. Goldman Sachs crypto survey shows 22% of respondents expect 100,000 plus Bitcoin. All 22% of those people are in crypto, right? Because anyone who's in crypto knows that it's going to six figures. Like we've been saying it for years. So none of this surprises us, while it continues to surprise a lot of other people for whatever reason. Meanwhile, more than 60% of those respondents expect their digital asset holdings to increase over the next 1 to 2 years. About 20% of respondents expect Bitcoin to trade above $100,000 within the next 12 months. And I wonder if Goldman Sachs has access to actually ask crypto people. I'm not sure. But when we look at this going to $100,000 and we look at people expecting it to happen, I mean, these are people that know what they're talking about. Unless Bitcoin does something different than it's always done before, it's going to continue to go up. More institutional investors jumping into Bitcoin leaves less to go around. I want to talk about this story. I can't believe I didn't talk about this. Let's get back to that in a second, because I did want to briefly mention this. Kind of speaking about the traditional markets, is the dollar bullish? And what effect does that have on Bitcoin? Well, if the dollar is bullish, that means Bitcoin would be bearish. Powell comments, Jerome Powell, chairman of the Fed, comments leave markets sour. He spoke about keeping interest rates at near zero levels, but fell short of discussing whether or not the central bank would buy more long-term treasuries every month to contain rising yields, which some economists said was possible. What are we going to do if I get the hiccups on stream one day?
Laugh at you.
Leanne would know. Leanne lives with the hiccups. She's got a lot of hiccups. I hope that doesn't happen. That would be so awkward.
That would be funny. I hope it does happen.
Yeah, it'd be really good. We almost came dressed in camo today, so F2 couldn't see us, but we ended up actually not doing it. As it relates to the bond market, I'd be concerned by disorderly conditions in markets or by a persistent tightening in financial conditions broadly that threatens the achievement of our goals, Mr. Powell said. So the point is when they talk about basically changing the way the Fed is approaching the economy, it's very bearish for Bitcoin, because it implies that they might wisen up and realize you can't just keep money printing forever. At some point, that is going to pull back, we think probably by the end of this year. But I do want to go back to this because I really do want to talk about this story. More institutional investors jumping into Bitcoin leaves less to go around. These numbers are absolutely shocking. Absolutely shocking right now when you really look at what is going on. 4 million. That's roughly how much Bitcoin is circulating freely right now. Blockchain data shows. Now, if you go and you look at the Bitcoin chart, or not the Bitcoin chart, if you come and look at Bitcoin itself and look at the information, if you didn't know how to do this, you go to coinmarketcap.com, click on the coin, and you get all the information right now. The circulating supply, wow, it's really gone up. It's 18.65 now. But it says 18.645 million Bitcoin in circulation. The max supply, of course, 21 million. If you didn't know, those will not all be printed or minted until the year 2140, unless there is a change to the Bitcoin, a change to the Bitcoin code by a consensus of miners, which, it'd be almost impossible at this point to get them all to agree to anything, even though the miners on Ethereum they just agree to something. But the point here is out of these 18.645 million Bitcoin, only 4 million of them are circulating. And if we do that math, let's see if we can do the math here. You have 18, so basically you have 14.645 that are not circulating. You got, 4 million that are circulating. We've calculated that between 4 companies alone, they're buying 2,000 Bitcoin per day. That would be, what is that? You have a calculator up, TJ?
Yes.
What is 2,000 times, 365?
730,000.
730,000. So in 1 year's time, just at the current rates of 4 companies alone, they're going to buy 700,000 in a year. Keep in mind, there's only 4 million circulating. So when you really start to think about that and do that math, the circulation and the scarcity and the rarity, the supply and demand economics that are built into Bitcoin, they just bear out. And you start seeing where this is going. Because right now, they're buying 200% of the daily supply that's being minted, okay? When you scale that out in 4 years and we say, wow, that number is going to drop to only 450 Bitcoin that are being produced a day, and you're going to say like, wow, it's going to be pretty crazy to think that how quickly all of this Bitcoin is going to get bought up. It's going to happen very, very, very quickly. Okay, guys, so let's move on here to the next story. SEC's actions, USA versus XRP, caused $15 billion in damages to XRP holders. And I know TJ hates Ripple, like really bad. He hates Ripple so much, like it literally makes him angry. I don't care. Like it don't bother me if that's what they want to do. If they want to have a centralized bank coin and people want to invest in it, I believe in free markets, go do whatever you want to do. But TJ, why do you hate XRP so much that it makes you seethe at the mouth?
I just hate how many people they've suckered with it, I guess. I just feel like it's so obvious that they're dumping on their users constantly and always have been for years. And so I just get frustrated that that's everybody's first question. They hear about Bitcoin and they're like, oh, what is about this Ripple thing? Or same with Doge. Like, I don't really have a problem with Doge. I think it's fun. I think it's, funny and you can have a good time with it. I just get frustrated when people that are trying to learn about this, that's like, oh, should I buy this? Is it a good investment kind of thing?
Yeah, well, come back on the screen. I want to ask you this. What do you think about the fact that the SEC lawsuit has now caused $15 billion in damages to XRP holders?
I think it's pretty ironic.
Do you feel sorry for them at all?
For the XRP holders?
Yeah. Because aren't you basically saying that people that get into XRP are naive at what it's really about and what the company is doing? So they're naive. They don't really have an understanding of what's happening.
Yeah.
And they're getting absolutely dumped on. So is there a sympathy for people who are losing money with XRP?
Yeah, absolutely. I do feel bad for them. I just wish they would have listened.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not like everybody that's been in crypto for more than a week doesn't tell you this. But then these are the people that are the most confident that this is the best possible project. It kind of reminds me of that guy at the meetup with the Voyager token. Like
MP3?
Yeah, MP3. I mean, it is what it is. Like, you can love Voyager, but you have to know what it is and what it's good for. And kind of same thing with XRP. Like, the concept came out way back in the day for it to be this bank coin. It's very clearly not going to win the banking business. And they've been literally dumping XRP on their holders since it's existed. The whole time it's existed. So watching that happen has been painful, ironic, and almost, I can't call it funny because, like you said, people are getting hurt. But it is almost funny that every time the U.S. government tries to get involved to help people, they end up hurting them worse, under the guise of protection, no less. So it's...
The wrong people are winning.
Yeah.
That's what it ultimately results. And I think, you know, the thing that really bothers me about the whole thing is that the SEC going after Ripple, but I mean, in reality, they're going after two people. They're going after Chris Larson and they're going after Brad Garlinghouse.
Yep.
And it makes you wonder, how has Jed McCaleb escaped from this?
Yeah.
Because he
tends to slide out just in the nick of time in a lot of different scenarios.
Jed, come on the show. I want to have Jed on the show.
That'd be interesting.
Banking on Bitboy. Come on the show. I will definitely not make fun of you starting a Magic the Gathering website.
Oh, hold on real quick. We got a chat. XRP is going to the second spot. TJ, you're wrong. TJ, look at how many banks already use Ripple XRP. Actually, I have looked at how many banks use Ripple
not very
XRP.
Many.
It's not very many.
No. So, and that's what you got to understand. Like, there's a difference between the Ripple products,
right?
Which they've renamed. I don't even know what the new names of all of them are. It used to be XRapid, XCurrent, XVIA. I think they changed the name of all of them. But at the end of the day, like only like 5% of the banks they've signed up are actually using the XRP token, and I would be willing to bet that almost none of them are using it now. I mean, I don't know what the current numbers are. But look, I hope for your sake, investors in XRP, I hope you make money. I'm not like the U.S. government. I want you to win. I don't want them to win. I would rather Ripple win than the government win. Because it's just so obvious what the government's doing here. They're punishing people for investing in something under the guise, like TJ said, of trying to protect them. And it really is something that makes me sad that in this day and age that we have a government that is willing to sacrifice people to go after two men. And I don't know if Jed McCaleb should be involved in that, but he definitely was co-founder of Ripple, and he's moved on, co-founder of Stellar. He was co-founder of Mt. Gox, or he was the founder of Mt. Gox. It's just, if you have an old GeoCities site and you want to turn it into the world's biggest Bitcoin exchange, feel free to do that. Mt. Gox is a little ahead of its time because they should have done the Mt. Gox NFTs, right? Magic the Gathering NFTs for your Bitcoin wallets. But anyways, guys, today Ripple filed our answer to the SEC's amended complaint. Notably, with full transparency, the SEC, XRP was listed on 200 exchanges. Billions of dollars in XRP were bought and sold monthly. Many market makers had daily XRP transactions and third-party products. And at the end of the day, this is not about them. It's about Brad Garlinghouse and Chris Larson. I want to say that again, because the whole premise of this is that those two guys made over $500 million while everybody else was getting dumped on. These guys became almost billionaires. I don't know, Brad Garlinghouse probably really is a billionaire in reality. I don't know that for sure. But if you want to go after those guys, why don't you go after those guys and not get all the little people hurt in the middle? Because if there's no settlement, if there's no SEC settlement here, okay, between XRP or between Ripple Labs, it gets the death penalty. That's what's on the line here. Ripple could get the death penalty. XRP could be totally removed and banned. Now, yes, there's a decentralization element to Ripple, and what that means is if you've got them in your wallet, nobody can come get them, but they're just going to be worthless because they won't be allowed to be, traded basically anywhere.
Hey, we got a chat from the Moon Carl in the chat. Just say hey.
Carl, what's up, my dude? I love Carl. You guys love the Moon channel. Great analysis yesterday on the video. We're going to be doing a video on his channel, I think today, or I'm not sure exactly. Maybe it went out last night. I don't think it's out yet. But you guys make sure, go to the Moon channel, hit that subscribe button so you guys can watch me on there. We're going to be doing videos with Carl every week now, and with Crypto. See if there's anybody else we want to get in that rotation. We'll be doing a weekly NFT show on Wednesdays, so you guys can look forward to that. We're trying to get a little more structure into what we're offering. So you come on different days, you kind of know what you're getting. And of course, 6 o'clock video most days is going to be, whatever's happening at that time. So coming over here and looking, this was something else. I didn't know Glassnode has this report, this newsletter. But let's talk about the EIP 1559 stuff. There's the EIP 1559. Hey, Mike, what's up? Mike, come over here for a second. This is Mike. Yeah, no, it's not. Mike, what did you think about my Mike dad joke this morning?
I didn't laugh, but I liked it.
Thank you.
I don't want to laugh too hard, too loud into the camera, it's too loud.
Yeah, that's a good point. Mike is our video guy. You guys can check out Hit Network on YouTube, and you guys can see all of the fun videos that we are doing over there, where you basically get to see behind the scenes. It's all behind the scenes stuff. So make sure you guys are over there. I'm really surprised, honestly. I'm surprised how few of you guys have gone over to Hit Network and actually checked it out. These videos are doing okay. One did 10,000 views on it, but guys, I get a lot of discussion. And I do want to point this out real quick. Hit Network, we just changed the name of the BitSquad channel to Hit Network, and it's not showing up in the SEO yet. So if you search Hit Network, if you want to get to the channel, just go down to one of these videos and click right here on the little icon. And when you click there, it will go directly to the Hit Network. And guys, a lot of people are telling us they like this channel more than they like our crypto channel. They like seeing the behind the scenes stuff so much, and it's such a refreshing break from what we usually do. They really enjoy seeing it. So you guys make sure to go check that out.
Carl said congrats on 600K. Thanks, Carl.
Thank you, Carl. I appreciate that, man. Carl's a good dude. He was in a helicopter today. So glad to see he made it back. I will not get in a helicopter again. Not after Kobe. After Kobe, I ain't never getting in a helicopter. I'm sorry, y'all. You're a brave man, Carl. I guess when you're the moon, you got to fly close to the moon. Ethereum's EIP 1559 fee market overhaul greenlit for July. Is this not pumping the price of Ethereum right now?
It should be. I mean, it's got to be.
This should be pumping the price of Ethereum. This right here should be something that makes this pop off. Because this could be the moment we've been waiting for Ethereum, honestly.
Yeah, interesting. Right after Grayscale accumulates obscene amounts of Ethereum, and they're getting ready to open things back up again. Hey, this is approved for July. About to see a price pump. It'll be
weird, isn't it?
Weird how all that works out.
Almost like we told you that was going on.
Yeah.
Almost. But we don't know what's happening around here. We're a clueless channel. We don't know. We got 20 people that work every day trying to figure out what's going on in the crypto markets, but guess we don't know anything. I'm gonna leave that alone.
Yeah.
So one of the most significant and contentious alterations to the Ethereum blockchain. By the way, some people saying this has had a lot to do with the mining wars, especially with Ethereum. We've been seeing a lot of dumping. Ethereum investment or improvement proposal EIP 1559 will be packaged with the London hard fork. I guess we're getting the Berlin first, the Berlin in April, and then we're getting the London hard fork in July. London hard fork? I don't care where she is. Okay. Regardless of the mining industry's discontent with the proposal, according to the Altcoin developers, at least 5 other EIPs are likely to join EIP 1559. It says in London, like they're having a conference. I think that's funny. The other internet proposals are joining in London. Isn't that the way it reads?
It does sound funny.
Pretty funny. EIP 1559 flips a typical blockchain transaction on its head in order to fix numerous issues with Ethereum's user experience. And guys, I think the miners fighting this, it just proves they don't care about you. It proves they don't care about Ethereum. All they're caring about is the short-term thing they're generating. And this is the thing that really upsets me about crypto, because, we all make fun of the, like, I'm just here for the tech meme, right? Or like, I'm just here for decentralization or the movement, but I don't care about the price. We all care about the price on some level. If you didn't, you wouldn't be human. Maybe you're a billionaire, if you don't care about price, but most billionaires would care about price. I'll tell you that right now. But this is something that's going to fix the network and make it more usable and create, long-term increase in the value of Ethereum. So what is this? Traditionally, a user sends a gas fee to a miner for a transaction to be included in a block. That gas fee will now be sent to the network itself as a sort of burn called base fee, with only an optional tip paid to miners. Are you going to pay that tip, DJ?
No.
I can tell you right now, you miners ain't ever going to get a tip from me. I'll tell you that right now. You want to come at me? I ain't never giving you a tip. And I make a lot of transactions, bud. I'll tell you that much. Y'all are really going to miss out. It's going to be corn dogs for lunch for y'all.
Hey.
That gas fee. What?
What's wrong with the corn dog?
There's nothing wrong with corn dogs. I hope that was not a cheap shot at anybody. I just randomly said corn dogs. I don't know why.
Don't want to offend the corn dog audience.
Yeah. We used to, there's somebody we know that really loves corn dogs. So many corn dogs that I think he got tired of them. So, but yeah, we love corn dogs. Corn dogs are great. Corn dogs are going to be huge. I want to say corn dogs are going to be huge. They're great. We love them.
Huge.
That gas fee will now be sent to the network itself as sort of a burn. The burn fee is algorithmically set as well, ostensibly making it easier for users to pay a fair fee. And what is this going to do? It's going to make it where people are able to actually trade on Ethereum without getting absolutely pounded with the fees. Ethereum mining has been particularly lucrative businesses of late. Total mining revenue surpassed $1.3 billion. Oh, look, here's our old friends. Minority mining pool, Flex Pool. Now, this is the pool that came out railing against EIP 1559. Launched a marketing campaign against the EIP. Several minority pools joined, followed by majority pools, Ethermine and Spark Pool. Over 60% of the Ethereum network's hash power is now against the proposal. Wow. How did it get approved if over 60% against it?
I don't know.
Yeah, that's
into that.
Well, I think what I heard is, and miners tell me if I'm wrong, but what I heard is that, once this got proposed, it was definitely going to happen. And if you disagree with it, you basically just have to fork Ethereum and do something else, right? That's what I've heard. Now, I don't know enough about the governance and the voting within the Ethereum community to be able to tell you if that's the truth. But the thing is to keep in mind about mining, like there's no such thing as just like all the miners, they decide they're going to boycott it and turn off their mining rigs and then, the network doesn't work. All that happens is when miners start turning off their rigs, the difficulty level of mining goes down, making it easier for the hobbyist or for someone with a small mining farm, let's say you got 10 ASIC miners or something like that, to be able to make money. So there's no worry about like, oh God, they're going to boycott. It just opens up, more opportunities for not only the people that are currently still going to mine it, but for new people as well. So that's a big misconception about mining, that all of a sudden they could just turn them off. The difficulty with mining comes in when you have places like China that have the majority of the hash rate. When they have majority of the hash rate, inside of the one country, not that great. Quick look here at wow, it's dumping again. Wow, look at that, dumping again. 47.37. It was all the way up to 47.7. Dumping again, but I'm telling you guys, that 47,000 is going to hold. 47,000 looks like it's going to hold. So, okay, all right, here we go. City of Reno to create the Reno DAO on Tezos and digitize famous art pieces as NFTs. Hillary Sheave, mayor of the city of Reno, and Theodore Clapp, creating the Reno. That sounded like that thing from that song where it goes, and then someone does it after. No, we messed it up. The first time it was perfect.
I was thinking clap on, clap off. Light, like a... I'm not doing the...
Clap on, clap off. All right, clap.
You gotta clap again.
All right. I need to see your face.
Where did he go? Where did he go? Oh my God! I'm the David Copperfield. David Copperfield here. I will make you. I'm the Chris Angel.
Chris Angel. Yeah, there you go.
Except I think he's got long hair and from California, and a lot of people don't like that. That's what I'm going to say. I don't know if he's from California, but a lot of people. Let me tell you. I don't know if I said this already. I want to tell you the story. 2 people came to me at my meetup in Las Vegas, and they said, hey, I want you to know I'm from California and I have long hair. And I thought it was really funny what you said. So if you're getting offended for the long-haired Californians, I want you to know, on behalf of them, they are themselves not offended.
We did have a miner in the chat from Sheboygan, Wisconsin, too.
Well, I mean, do we want people that aren't even able to smoke in the chat?
Just killing me.
Some of y'all will get that. What did he have to say?
I can't remember.
What? That joke was so good it made you forget?
No, yeah, I mean, it was a long time ago. He was just, I forget what he was saying, but it was just referencing another one of your jokes about miners in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. I don't think
he's a miner in Sheboygan, Wisconsin. That's my joke I make all the time.
Yes.
Sorry, I just heard miner and figured out how to make that into a dad joke. I wasn't listening after that. So that's what I do. I cut it off when I decide to make the dad joke.
Funny how we just don't listen to each other when we have our own thing we want to say.
It's weird, isn't it?
It is weird. All right.
Okay. Hillary Scheib, mayor of the city of Reno, and Theodore Clapp announced on the Tezos Commons Tez Talks podcast that the Reno DAO will be built on top of Tezos, and famous art pieces such as the Burning Man Space Whale will be turned into Tezos-based NFTs. We're going to start seeing more and more projects, which we have one on Sunday, by the way. Sunday at 2 o'clock, we'll have a video. I'm not going to say the name of the project. It is a sponsored review, by the way. I do want to put that out there. But involving NFTs in like a really interesting way. We're starting to see a lot of these develop into kind of what we thought they would. Like this is going to be more far-reaching than just, hey, I got some baseball cards.
Go Pack Go. That's what he said.
Oh, he said go Pack Go?
Yeah.
Gosh, that really kind of sucked for them. I was hoping they would beat the Buccaneers, but they didn't. So go Pack, go. I went to CoinMarketCap and went down the list investigating the different blockchains and the technologies that were available to actually develop a DAO. Now, that's a decentralized autonomous organization. It's a governance group that runs itself, is what that is. Because I was trying to find the best platform for scalability, fees, long-term sustainability. So I eventually got down to Tezos. And they have so many resources frameworks, like the home-based DAO framework, that's going to be very important. So I eventually decided on Tezos. As the city of Reno is representing its cities, it is crucial that the most suitable blockchain was selected for a number of reasons. A lot of the reasons are based around the security, sustainability, and the longevity of a blockchain, as Theodore Clapp went on to say. This is what they're saying, that the city of Reno is saying that Tezos is the Las Vegas of blockchains. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that's really interesting. I think we're going to start to see Tezos kind of come alive a little bit. It feels like it's been like a zombie chain.
It does.
Like it's been around for a long time. It's got really good tech, really big, strong people behind it, but the type of, like, we're not seeing the price action to match the adoption and the tech behind it. So, like, for instance, beginning of this year, I got into Cosmos and Chainlink and Tezos all around the same time. We've seen Cosmos explode 10x since then. We've seen Chainlink 10x since then. They were all around $2 all at the same time.
Yeah.
And Tezos is, it's gone up a little bit, but it's been stuck between 250 and 450, I feel like, forever.
Yeah.
And can't ever seem to get out of that range. So it feels like it's an undervalued chain, which could be part of the reason they selected it.
It's all the way down to number 30. It was in the top 10.
Yeah, it's a solid project.
It really is.
And it can compete with the Polkadots and the Cardanos and all of those, but we just don't see the adoption. So I think we could start to see it, have a little bit of a renaissance here. I'm starting to see more and more news about Tezos, so this will be interesting.
Yeah, and this is a coin that has done well and has really struggled. It seems like it just hasn't been able to get above price points that we thought it would by at this point. But when you look at other projects, such as Cardano, it was in the same boat. If forever it looked like, was this thing ever going to go up? And people were losing faith, and that's when it started going up. I guess you just have to, take your expectations sometimes, and you just have to bake in the fact that, they're not always going to get to where you want them to be.
Sometimes the best tech doesn't always translate into the best price.
Yeah. Also, Tezos, the favorite coin of the Muffin Man. That was 2 baking jokes in one. Yeah. The Tezos community will appreciate that, even if you don't.
Yeah.
Guys, this is what I'll say about Tezos, is that for me personally, over the summer, when people were asking me, what coins should they get in and things like that, what I said was that you should get in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tezos, and Chainlink. Those are the 4 coins. And why did I leave Cardano out, you may be asking? Well, most of these people are on Coinbase, and that's why it just isn't on Coinbase yet. Is that going to happen? Not really sure. But the fact is that when it comes to the safest, best projects out there, I thought the Tezos was going to be one. I thought that it was a cannot fail project. It's fallen down pretty considerably on CoinMarketCap. You're just not always right. And I think it really shows the fact that we get in these waves in cryptocurrency, right? We get into these waves. Alec Fannin says, Ben is reading the super chat because I bought it with the money I saved on bitswapdex.io. Pretty good, thank you. Bitswapdex.io, that is our exchange. We are behind that. And you get trading fees off if you own the BIT token, which a lot of you guys saw yesterday. If you want to, by the way, take part in a giveaway that we're doing, all you got to do is go to bitboycrypto.com and go to the top, click on the Discord link, join our Discord lab, absolutely free. We got over 10,000 members now there, 1,578 online. That shows you how many active people are on this Discord or whatever. And all you got to do is get in there. And we got free chats. We got other chats as well. We have some paid ones in there, but it is free to join for beginners. And I do think that, it's very good for you guys. We're doing a 200 BIT token giveaway to anybody that comes and joins the VIP section, which is not that much considered, compared to the value you get out of it. But anyways, guys, you just never know what's going to happen in crypto. You start to think things are going in the right direction, and then they're not always doing it. So we head on back over here to Market Cipher. I want to talk about a pro trading tip. And this is the thing that I'll tell you, okay? You guys watched us turn 4 Bitcoin into $1 million in 6 weeks. You guys saw that happen. And then we have been doing the 1K, 10K challenge.
10K to 100K.
10K to 100K challenge. We're down a little bit. Guys, sometimes when things aren't working the way that they used to be, what you have to remember, and I've actually gone through this with Market Cipher before. If you're using Market Cipher and you're finding that you're getting in, and for whatever reason, it just doesn't seem to be lining up, it's much more complex than you look on the chart, you see a green dot on a momentum wave, TJ, see a green dot on a momentum wave, and you go in. It's a little more difficult than that. There are some other things you want to take into consideration, which is the money flow, which is the momentum wave itself, which is the VWAP, which is the EMA here, the EMA band. You want to take a lot of this into consideration. But for me, I've got kind of a formula I use to get in, but there's not a lot of structure to that formula. It's basically I check this, I check that, check this, kind of see the way the time frames are lining up, and I said, you know what, it's a good time for me to get in right here. But the thing to keep in mind is this. You have to change strategy sometimes. Sometimes if you're winning too much, which we've been winning so much on this channel over the last 2 months, you have to change your strategy. You got to keep the other folks on their toes. And this is just something that you kind of have to do. And I think that right now we're at one of those crucial times. So if what you're doing all of a sudden isn't working, go back and change your strategy. So right now we're digging into some more metrics on Market Cipher. We've got a very specific channel that we've been kind of watching that's got some good strategies that you can line something up on Market Cipher to bang out some more winning trades. But you're not going to win all the time. And guys, you got to look at it like this. I told you this when we were watching ByBit, and we were looking at my other account, and we had, I think it was 90 trades out of 100 that were in the green. That is unheard of. Even for the best, most profitable traders, 90 out of 100 is unheard of. You're not going to win 90% of the time on a regular basis. If you do, you're going to be a billionaire. Because you just can't lose, and you can get the money, ballooning up very quickly. But the fact is, you're going to have to punt sometimes. And on this channel, we talk about our losses. We're not afraid to show you our trades. We're not afraid to show you our trades. We're not afraid to show you our wins. We're not afraid to show you our losses. All that we know is when we start hitting streaks where we're getting close to 50-50, we have to change the strategy. We've gone from about 90% to about 50-50. And I think that says that right now it's time to recalibrate. So we're going to be hitting the lab this weekend. We're going to be recalibrating what we're doing, and we are going to come back on Monday, maybe even tomorrow. Well, I'll talk about that in a second too. But we're going to come back on Monday ready to trade again with new strategies, more in-depth things that are going to produce a higher win percentage. And we're going to do that until it doesn't work, and then we're going to change it again. You have to keep changing it up. Nothing is going to work all the time, because what you have to realize about indicators like Market Cipher is if too many people are winning, if too many people are seeing a green dot and they're just going in and they're making money, well, what does that tell the whales that can short it? That's telling the whales that can short it, like, hey, whenever you buy Market Cipher yourself and whenever you see this, you can short it and you can make the price drop and you can get a lot of liquidations. So you have to keep the people that are working against us on their toes. And yes, we do know there's a lot of manipulation in this market, but less manipulation than the stock market, I would say. You don't have the government level coming in and manipulating the price like you do with a lot of stuff on the traditional markets. I mean, we saw who did they come out to protect? I don't know. I do want to say, though, guys, the pro trading tip of the day is adapt. Adapt, change, and move on. And I was talking to somebody just yesterday about their trading strategy, and they said, you know what? I lost. I lost big time. I'm out right now. I'm not going to trade right now. I've lost big time. I think I got to pull out. I've actually talked to a few people like that in the last couple of days. And this is what I'll tell you guys. If you're down and you're discouraged, and I really want you guys to hear me on this, okay? I really want you guys to hear me on this. I'm not saying if you're down, if you've lost more money than you can afford to lose, that you should go get a loan and get in and try to trade. Definitely not saying that, okay? But what I'm saying is, if you keep your risk management good, if you hit long losing streaks and you feel like a loser, you feel like you just can't do it, just know I was there one time too. I was there one time too where I felt like I could never figure this thing out. It just felt like at all times it was 50-50. And what did I do? I went on a streak where I won so much. I pulled so much money off the table that at this point, it would be near impossible for me to be an overall losing trader, unprofitable trader. I'm way six figures in the green. Yeah, $5, $6, $7, $800,000 in the green right now with trading just for this year. And I think there's a lesson there, which is adapt, learn, get experience. You're not going to start winning firsthand. You have to adapt. We're going to adapt, and I'm going to be showing you guys more about how to do that. We got more technical analysis coming on the channel every week now with Carl and MM Crypto. Got a lot more big interviews for you guys coming up, so definitely stay tuned. I do want to say, though, guys, we are not going to be live streaming on Saturdays anymore. Maybe down the road we will, but my kids have sports on Saturdays, and so, I do a lot of things. You guys know I work a lot, but I definitely put my family first at all times. And so, during the week, I might stay here working late, but definitely when my kids have games and tennis matches, I do not miss those under any circumstance. So, I love you, BitSquad, but my family does take priority on that. We'll still be doing a personalized video for you guys every day, Saturday and Sunday. It just won't be a live stream. So we'll be back on Monday with a live stream. I'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. with a video talking about what's going on in the markets you guys will have to check out. Be kind of a short, condensed version and things like that. And then we got a lot more videos for you guys over the weekend, including some interviews. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate every single one of you. Thank you so much for getting us to 600,000. Now we're going to blast off to 1 million. We're going to give away a biddy. We're going to give 5 ETHs away. Make you guys some ETH heads. That's all I got. Be blessed. Bitboy out.